lovely family, you are welcome to my channel. Thank you for loving me. Happy New Year to you all. Happy New Year. I love you all. In this video today, I'll be making this very beautiful 6 pieces dress, and this style can come in form of dress and in form of top, so depending on how you want to make yours. So sit back and enjoy this tutorial. Let's get started. So I will start by marking my starting line. So this is my starting line. So once I've marked this out, I'm placing the half of my back measurement. 8 inches is the half of my back measurement. Then from this point, I'm going to mark 1 inch for my shoulder slope. And then the width I'm using for today's tutorial is 3.5, and I've marked it out. Then I'm going to connect this shoulder slanting to the wideness of my neck. So this is what I'm doing. Then I'm going to mark the armhole depth. I have 7.8 for the armhole depth on today's tutorial, and this is what I'm marking, 7.8. Then I'm going to mark my underbust, 13.5. I'm marking my underbust. Then once I've done that, I'm going to mark 16 inches, which is the half length. So 16 inches is the half length. Then this half length line becomes my waistline later. Then below the half length line, I'm going to place my tape measure and mark 8 inches for my hip points. Then the length of the dress we are making is 39 inches plus 1 inch sewing allowance, making 40 inches. And this is what I'm marking. If you cannot see very well, I'm very sorry. So I'll go ahead and connect the lines together. I've done that. Then I'm going to place the nipple to nipple measurement, which is 4 inches. I have 7 inches plus 1 divided by 2 gives me 4 inches. And I'm going to place it on the bust line, on the underbust, waistline. I forgot to mark my underbust, my bust points. So I have 10 inches for my bust points, and this is what I want to mark. So I hope you saw it. So I want to extend the bust points. So I'm going to mark 4 inches on the bust line. Then I'm going to take my straight ruler to connect these markings together from the bust point to the hip line. So I will go up 0.5. So before I go up 0.5, I'm going to look for the midpoint of 7.8, and this is what I'm marking. Then I'm going to come in 0.5 and create the back armhole. Then I'm going to place my cuff ruler to cuff the armhole. So I'm cuffing the back armhole. Good. So I'm going to connect this to the dart line from the half of my armhole depth to the dart line. I'm placing my cuff ruler to do this. I hope you saw this. Then I'm going up 0.5 and come down 0.5 from the bust line. I hope you saw this. So to get the curve, I'm going to place 2.5 on the arm on the under bust line. I'm marking 2.5 here, and then I'm extending into the waistline, then to my hip. So then you could mark 2 inches or 1.5 on the hip line depending on how you want it. So I marked 2.5, then I'm going to connect it like so. I'm connecting the under bust to the 0.5 below the bust line, then I will bring it down like so. So I want to curve the under bust to the bust line with my curve ruler. Then I'm going to draw a straight line from the waistline to the hip, and this is what I'm doing right here. To avoid bulge on the armhole side, I'm going to mark 0.5 above the midpoint of the armhole depth, and then 0.5 below the midpoint, and then connect it to 0.5 above the bust line. So this is what I'm placing my straight ruler to do. 0.5 below the midpoint on the armhole depth and 0.5 above the midpoint. Then I will connect it to the that line. Then I'm going to replace it. I'm marking 1 inch to create another armhole for the front panel. So I've created another armhole. I hope you saw this. So this is front armhole, this is new front armhole, and this is the back armhole. I hope you saw this very well. So I will do the side seam right here. So the bust measurement is 37 inches divided by 4 is giving me 9.25, and I've marked it out. That's 9 1/4, and then I'm going to add my joining allowance like so. You can add your desired allowance to it. This is my under bust. I'm marking the quarter of my under bust, and then I took 2.5 to create the dart, then I added it, then my desired allowance. Then on the waistline, I marked quarter of my waistline plus 2.5 I took, then my desired allowance. I added like 3.4 inches allowance because I'm going to add lining and all that. So this is the hip line, or you can call it hip point. Then the quarter of my hip and the allowance as well. Okay, so once I've done that, I'm going to connect the markings together to my under bust, to my bust point, and to the chest line. So I've connected the markings together, and then I'm good to cut. But before I cut, I want to... So this is what I have after cutting. Then I placed it on the remaining fabric to bring the flare out. We are cutting 6 pieces flare dress. So this is dress and this is not top. The length is 40 inches, 39 inches, sorry, plus 1 inch joining allowance. So as you are looking at it like this, let me place the camera very well. So I hope you saw it this way. So this is bust point, this is under bust, this is waistline. So depending on your choice where you want the flare to start from. Okay, so I'm going to come down 0.5 from my under bust, okay, or 1 inch. Let me just do 1 inch, and you could start yours from the waistline. So I want to start my under bust 1 inch below under bust. I'm starting my 1 inch below under bust, and then I'm going to mark 1 inch here, 1 inch here, and to the bottom of the dress I'm going to mark 3 inches for the flare, 3 inches from here. I'm marking 3 inches here, this is 3 inches, and here too I will mark the same thing, 3 inches. I hope you saw this. So what I'm going to do now is to connect 1 inch below the under bust to these 3 inches I marked out already. This is 1 inch below the under bust, connecting to 3 inches this way. And I'm doing the same thing right here. So I'm going to cut. So this is it, the 3 panels for the front panel, the 3 pieces. Now I'm going to cut the back panel and then cut the lining and join together. This is centerpiece on the front panel, placed on the remaining material to bring the back panel out. I'm going to cut the same shape for both front and back, like so, before I create the neckline. So this is what I'm cutting. I have 2 inches for zipper line, as you can see. So I'm cutting like so. This is back panel and front panel. I have 8 inches. 16 inches divided by 2 is the half of my back measurement. I added 2 inches, making 10 inches for the zipper line. Then I went down 1 inch from this side for the shoulder slope. Then I have 3.5 for the wideness of my neck. Then I connected the slope to the wideness of my neck. Then I want to choose V-neck for the front panel. So I'm connecting my marginal line. Then from this marginal line, I want to mark down 4.5 for the front panel and 3 inches for the back panel. And this is what I'm placing my straight ruler for. So I'm marking the shape I want to use for the depth. I hope you saw this. So this is the front and this is the back. This is the zipper line. So once I've marked it out, I'm going to cut. So I want to cut the shape I drafted. So I'm going to cut. I will first cut the back neck depth. So I'm done with this. Then I'm going to cut the front right here. So this is the front. I will just slant it to the slope like this. How we saw this. So I want to trim the excess. Okay. Then I want to cut the zipper line into 2. And then I will go and join it. Guys, I'm done with cutting of both front and back. So I'll go ahead and start the joining. Okay. So this is how the front and back neckline looks like. Thank you so much for watching Detops tutorial. So this is how far we have gone. I've added my zip. As you can see, this is the back panel, then this is front panel. I've added lining to both front and back. Then I'm going to join the shoulder, then do the side seam, and then I'm going to add the sleeve to this dress we are making, and I will come and show you how beautiful it is. So far so good. We have come to the end of today's tutorial on a beautiful 6 pieces gown. I'm sure you like this dress. So this is how it's looking. This is the back panel. I'm sure you like it. Kindly subscribe to this channel if you haven't. Tell a friend to tell a friend to do so also. Thank you for watching. I love you all, and I will see you in my next tutorial. Put on the notification bell to get you an update as I will be uploading. Thank you.